What is happening, everybody? Sir Joseph coming your way, and this is Final Fantasy IX Weapon Man Run. Let's go ahead and get one Chocograph that will allow us to gain the flying ability. So how you do this is, so you take your Chocobo to Togal Beach. That's what this is called. And you just head over here, and like the prompt says, or whatever it's called. Yeah, look at the northeastern shore of the Mist Continent. Small islands located in that northeastern shore. Pretty much it's right above Alexandria, pretty much. So, yeah. And that's what these islands, that's what it's talking about. So, and as you can see, this is the Alexandrian Harbor right there, and it's pretty much a little bit up from there. So yeah, this is actually a little bit more difficult to find than the ocean Chocograph. It'll be more difficult to find than even this one, because this one, if just you got a called Chocobo near it, that one area, and you're good. This one, however, a little bit more difficult, because yeah, it's kind of there, but it kind of isn't. So, but fortunately, I know exactly where to find it, so we will be okay. Well, not exactly, but you know what I mean. I have an idea. So yeah, and yeah, as you can see, it's a little bit more complicated, but we'll eventually get it, and then when we do, we'll get the flying ability. And then I'll show off one last thing. Then I want to do some on-screen AP grinding for a little bit. And when I mean AP grinding, I mean doing getting friendly monsters. So that may take a while, actually. So wouldn't be surprised if you didn't want to stick around for that. So, and like with all things grinding, I will put the timestamps when I do that. This way I'm not wasting your time. You can just skip right to wherever I do the next thing, next activity. This way you're not wasting your time watching me AP grind. But yeah, so, and there were 2 Chocograph pieces that I needed to find in order to get this Chocograph. So this Chocograph that I'm looking for right now is pretty much what happens when you get all 6 Chocograph pieces. So I will find this eventually. I just need to hit the right spot, and then we'll have it. As you can tell, it is not easy to find. The actual pin, the actual area, the spot of it is not easy to hit, as you're seeing. It could be really frustrating to get this Chocograph. Once you get it, you get the gold Chocobo, which means you can fly. And you can't do what you can do in the airship with the gold Chocobo. You can't change your party, and you can't even select areas on the map to travel to fast travel to. But you can go to the final Chocograph or Chocobo minigame area thing, and you can access the ultimate super boss in this game, Ozma. So good stuff. I'm gonna also make a timestamp here. Well, I'll show the actual location anyways. There we go. Perfect. So here you go. This is where you need to get this is how to get Mist Ocean right here. So I'm gonna let this sit for a while so you can see exactly where it is. So there you go. Yeah. We're getting sleepy / high / whatever you want to call it. I'm getting sleepy too. I've actually had to stay up because I gotta get up early on Saturday. I'm gonna be recording this and a couple other videos too, or at least an hour worth of Final Fantasy IX content, because I'll be out of town on Saturday and Sunday, so I won't be able to record again until Sunday. So, and today's Friday at the as of recording this. So, oh, and here we go. So yeah, so perfect. So how to use the flying chocobo? You can take off and land in a forest just like any other given chocobo in any other given Final Fantasy game. Only this chocobo is not black, it is gold. Or rather, it's the same color as your chocobo originally was, only it's a little bit brighter. So there you go. So now, those little shadows that you have no doubt been seeing across the whole world map, what you can do is, if you encounter one of them and your chocobo is flying, you can use dead pepper underneath one of those shadows, and you can go to Chocobo's Air Garden. I'm gonna actually go ahead and demonstrate that. Now, you get clues to it with the Chocograph pieces. So one clue about, or one possible location of the Air Garden is in Salvage Archipelago. That's in the Forgotten Continent. Another is the Quintus Peninsula. I forget where that is. I think the Outer Continent. Yeah, the Outer Continent. And in the center of the entire planet of Gaia, that's another location. Another location is the Alexandria Plains. And another location is in the Seaways Canyon. So, yeah. So, and all 6 of those Chocograph pieces gave you the Mist Ocean Chocograph. So there you go. Speaking of that, I can go ahead and get rid of it now. And look out! Now we can do that Chocograph too. So, and I know exactly where it is. So, or I have an idea of where it is. But look at this, perfect. So this is what I mean. Go over that shadow, and we're in the Air Garden. Yeah. And I'll play a game of Choco Hot and Cold here too, just to give you an idea of what to expect when you play a game of Hot and Cold here. So let's do that. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. So now, so after you get to the Air Garden the first time, it'll become a spot on the map that you can look up. This way you can fly to it with your chocobo whenever you need to. So it's pretty cool. So there you go. So now we have 3 chocographs left to collect. So let's go get them. Yeah. And now your chocobo should be completely leveled perfectly. There you go. You got 3 points per discovery here, and 15 for the 5-second bonus. I don't know if you saw that. Wow, good. So I got a Chocograph right out of the gate. Cool. I wish it was during the bonus round. That would have been cool. Now, this isn't the only place you can find stuff. You can also find stuff in the other little location. I think I'm gonna have to go to that. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go. Yeah. So this is what makes Air Garden pretty frustrating, because something isn't found in that island, you have to go to this island, and back and forth. And sometimes when the game really wants to troll you, it'll spit locations to and from, and it'll alternate between the mini islands, like it's doing now. Yeah. So if you can't find anything here, you gotta go to the other island. That takes about 4 seconds. So that runs the clock 4 seconds. It's really, really annoying. If you can hit a limit bonus here though, you will get a ton of points. So There was one game of Hot and Cold that I played here where I hit the limit bonus with I think maybe 15 seconds left on the board. Got about 1,000 points, so it's pretty awesome. I'll get the rest of the Chocographs here off screen. I do want to collect them all. Oh, let me stay here. The optional super boss is right here. Yeah. So, yeah. And you fight Ozma, and Ozma, if you're not prepared, will pretty much one-shot your players, and you'll just die immediately. Like, immediately. Like, no question. You'll just die. Okay, yeah, so we got Outer Island 2 and then Fairy Island. So let's go ahead and get Outer Island 2. Desert nearby, so it's pretty much right next to Kuja's place, is what they're trying to say, I think. Let's see if I'm right. I'm not right, okay. I think it might be this one. Yep, here we go. Perfect. Here it is. That is Outer Island 2. See what we get. Sapphires, a circlet, a pumice piece. So now you got 2 pumice pieces. So you can use that to make pumice, which will teach the arc, Eidolon summon. So Hildegard A3 card too. Cool. Yeah. And let's go ahead and get Fairy Island as well. I think I know exactly where that is. Oh, no, I have to get on. In fact, I believe it's straight ahead. Actually, no, it's not straight ahead, but there is a crack in the wall. Oh-ho. So let's feed the Chocobo dead pepper. Ah. And what is this? This is Magnet Central. So remember this place for later. You'll be coming here soon enough, and you'll be doing a side quest there if you want. Finish the side quest, you get a protect ring, so it's pretty worth it to do that. But let's find this Fairy Island first, which is, I believe, over here. If I'm not mistaken. Or it's somewhere. Wait, hold on. I think it's a... There's the Eiffel tree. I don't need to worry about that now. I think it's over here, if I'm not mistaken. You can fight enemies called Yawns here, which give the most XP in the entire game, the most AP as well for random encounters. You can also fight friendly Yawns there too. Okay, so it's not. This isn't it. Okay, never mind. Let me see if he has a clue. Oh. Mountain in the middle of the island. So, yeah. So it's probably in the forgotten one, actually. So, let's go over there. Then I'll do some friendly monsters, and then we'll be alright. Yeah. Cool, cool. Pretty sure I remember where this stuff is, but... Let's see. I'll go here soon enough. That's where the friendly Jabberwock is, I believe. So, and I'll be getting that so I can get lots of AP. Yeah. Okay, I think it's over here. Nope. Man. Alright, I'll check again, another area. Not this. We already know this isn't it, because of... I know that's not it. I know that. Yeah, these later Chocograph locations are pretty challenging. Or they're not really challenging, but it's just that they're different because they're different islands and stuff. So yeah, it's definitely not that. It had to be where the yawns are. Isn't this? And it's gotta be over here. Has to be. I'm also not a real visual person either, so I can't just look at that picture and be like, oh, okay, just go to that picture. I don't. Oh yeah, it is here. Okay, that's what I thought, man. My brain doesn't work that. My brain works like I learn from listening more than seeing, or I pick up things more like when I hear them more than when I see them. So you could show me something all day and I won't be able to do it. But if you tell me, if you like really describe, like, and give me like detailed directions, I'll be able to do whatever I need to do. But yeah, so yeah, and just like yeah, and these later chocographs, for some reason, they really troll you, in that you'll search everywhere and you won't find the item. Like the actual spot is really difficult to find for some reason, and it can get extremely frustrating. As you're seeing here, it gets really annoying. But the good part about the Chocograph side, the Chocobo side quest, is that it's completely optional, and you don't really need it to progress in the game casually. It's more of just a fun thing that you can do. Jesus, come on. He's trying to hear some salt from me now. Come on, I'd rather breed chocobos in Final Fantasy VII than do this. Not really. That was infuriating. Catching them in Final Fantasy VII is just. So at least I'm not tasked to do that. But how come I can't find this thing? Jesus. This is getting me really, I'm actually like starting to lose my patience here. Okay, well I'm just gonna give up and I'm just gonna find it later on off screen. You have an idea of where it is, so that's perfect. perfect. It's plenty. Okay. Yeah. So there you go. So, yeah, cancel that. And now, let's find some friendly monsters, shall we? Let's start with the Jabberwock. Actually, let's get to the airship. So I have to change my party. Yeah. So, what I want to do now is grind for AP and teach my players auto haste, among other abilities that I want to teach them. And I don't want to gain a bunch of levels and get a lot of XP, because that would suck. Well, it wouldn't suck, but it would be, it'd make me OP. I don't want to be OP in this game. I can't understand why I couldn't find that Chocograph. It's going to drive me insane. I'll just find it off screen and show off the treasures and just put them in the description. Because that's really, like, I can't be doing that on video. Waste of time. Okay. So instead of fighting regular enemies for this AP, then you get, I'm going to go ahead and fight friendly monsters. So, good stuff. Oh, I also bought a whole bunch of stuff. I bought Sargatanis for Zidane. It's his best weapon so far. Nothing else really. Yeah. The first person to get running shoes is going to be Zidane. Yeah. And it's going to be Amaranth as well. And I'm gonna give him, gonna have him learn a whole bunch of other stuff. Let's see. Yeah, I'll give him auto regen. That'll be cool. Perfect. There we go. Excellent. Let me go ahead and put in Freya and Stinger. Good. Awesome. Very nice. Cool. I do have a new destination. Actually, I don't. I'm going to use the Choco to get to where I need to be. Because it'll be way easier for me to not get encounters and stuff. It'll be easier for me to just take off and land in a forest or whatever and get to the friendly monsters' locations. I'll be able to do that way easier with a Chocobo than with an airship. I just need to find a forest. This one will work. Perfect. Cool. Okay. First friendly monster I want to get is the Jabberwock. You can find that in the Forgotten Continent. Here we are. But there's a different patch of forest you need to go to. You can't just go to any forest. It has like a weird look to it. And I came across it before. So I know where, oh, you know what, I don't need to run. I could land on it, because I have a flying chocobo. I think it is right here. Yeah, it is. Good. And you can also call a chocobo here too. So, yeah. Okay, now we get into random encounters and hope. And I think you need an emerald, which you can get from, I think the friendly Yeti. So, yeah, good stuff. And my game is frozen for some reason. Come on, really? There, jeez. Yeah, we got the ragtime mouse. Okay. I gotta answer another question. If you answer all these questions, you get a protect ring. But you can only get a certain amount of questions per act. So, there's 20 questions in total. So, yeah. I don't know the answer to this. I'm gonna say it's false. I'm gonna say it's been way longer than 8 years. Let's see if I'm right. So far, I've gotten all... Oh, I got that one wrong. Oh well. If you get it wrong, the ragtime mouse runs away. Oh well. So if you keep track at home, there's the answer to that question. So the Berkmia cars have been running for 8 years. And not any more or less. I don't know. It's the only thing in Final Fantasy IX that I don't really get all the way out to the end to. I really don't know all the answers to all those questions because I never really encountered the ragtime mouse enough to answer all the questions. Since all you do is get a protect ring from it, and you can get protect rings from Chocograph stuff. And from from the Magnet Central side quest and other stuff like that. So I don't even bother because it makes no difference because I don't really care. So yeah, like none of that really means anything at all to me. Oh, I forgot to equip ability up on somebody. Hopefully this is not the friendly Jabberwock. It isn't. That's good. Nice. And I'm not going to fight any of these enemies at all. I'm not going to do any more... I'm probably not going to do any more, like, regular experience level grinding. I might do a little bit. Especially for the end game bosses. But, yeah, otherwise, I'm not even going to worry about it. Okay, his ability up. Is it on his ability up? Amaranth does not have ability up. And Freya has ability up. Okay, cool. Just wanted to make sure that everyone has that ability. This way they can double their AP when we get all this AP from this friendly monster. So, very good. And hopefully it won't take 1,000,000 encounters for me to get that. I doubt that, though. How many more of these we have to fight before we get the friendly monster? So yeah, and after I get the other friendly monster, there's 2 of them that I want to encounter. Because the last 2, well, I guess I can get the other one too. We'll see. There's other stuff that I want to learn, so... Hey, here we go. So here's the Jabberwock, and he wants an emerald. Let's give him an emerald. You could have gotten another emerald too from, I think from Chocograph stuff. So, yeah. And he wants you to go to the Feather Circle. And the friendly Feather Circle is right outside of Estogaza. There you go, 40 AP. Whew, let's go. Very nice. And a moonstone. Yeah. Now there's a way to get 4 moonstones in this game. I don't know how to do it though. Okay, now we gotta look through auto life. I don't really care about auto life though. Restore hit points. I forget what that does. I guess I'll give it to him though. Yeah, may as well. Let's see. Revive. I don't need that. Healer. This is what I needed. Oh, and an anklet. You can get that in Chocobo's Forest. In Chocobo's Lagoon. Oh, I forgot to do that with Freya. No, I forgot to give her the battle boots to learn initiative, which is really good. Instead, we're gonna have to sacrifice that so I can get auto haste. Damn. Oh well, that's just how it be. And Steiner almost has long reach. Great. But I want him to get auto haste as well, so. And high tide, good. Yeah. As well as accuracy plus, absolutely. Yeah. Cool. And yeah, the Flame Saber and the Rune Blade are upgrades. Rune Blade you can buy in what's it called? In the Guero. Yeah, so let's go ahead and max out Freya's stuff too. Yeah, may as well give her that. Alright, perfect. Yeah. Okay, let's go ahead and do the feather circle. So that's friendly Jabberwock. Awesome. Now friendly feather circle. Oh, you know what I could do is just have Freya equip the... Oh no, I could have her equip the battle boots, because it will give her extra strength. And that'd be way better. Yeah. I was gonna say I could just give Freya either the running shoes, and just have her equip it, and that will give her auto haste anyways, because it's innate with the accessory. But I'd rather have her get a power boost from what's it called than that. I'm gonna fight this Blazer Beetle just because it'd be way faster than running, since Zidane had bad ATB. And only 300 and something. Only 300 some hit point or XP, so it's not gonna, we're not gonna gain 1,000,000 levels from it. Like the Grand Dragons in the Guero. No, that's not gonna happen. Not gonna draw enough Grand Dragons here. These enemies I want to run from. And it's unfortunate that Zidane has really ATB. Because I want him to run. Those enemies can do some serious damage to your players. They can do some crazy things. And these are the blue ones. The red ones are in Mount Gullug, and they can inflict burning on players, which is a little bit better than frozen. It's frozen, if they get hit, they die with a physical attack, I think. Burning, you could just wait it out. And if you take a command when you're burning, you'll die. And it's funny because when I first played this game, I didn't know that with burning. And the Soul Cage that I fought way back in the infantry can use Mustard Bomb, which inflicts burning. And so I'd do commands and I would just die immediately. I had no idea how to defend against it. It wasn't until about a year later when I picked up the player's guide, which was really bad, but it did tell you to equip body temperature for them. So, here's some wild feather circles. No! Wanted to inflict trouble on Freya? Trouble is a pretty rare status effect, but it can also be really, really bad. If you take physical damage and your player is troubled, your other players will take half damage too. So, as you just saw there, Freya took 16, so everyone else took 8. So, if you got multiple players who were troubled, some bad things will happen to you. Fortunately, Choco's sidequest solves everything, and it just gives you a whole bunch of items that you can use to cure it. Yeah, if you do the Chocograph sidequest, you will not need to worry about buying items at all, ever. Save for high potions. High potions, yes, you'll have to worry. You'll have to buy a few of those. But everything else, unnecessary. And I promise the feather circle is coming around the corner. This takes a while for me to get to it. The way it is with this game. Friendly monsters, very random. Wish it wasn't like that. Wish they had an actual location. Would have been cool. Jeez, can Xenon not get good ATB? Oh! You just learned auto haste. Why don't I equip it? Yeah. Never thought of that, did I? Maybe I should have thought of that. Oh great, Freya's troubled again. That's unfortunate. Really want to get this friendly monster. This way I can go and just stop this. Yeah. And then off screen I'll get that one Chocograph treasure. Since I had a way harder time finding that than finding the one that gave me the flight ability. Which still was like, really, what the hell? Anyways, here is the friendly feather circle. So it wants a moonstone, and you should have at least one at this point in the game. You can get a moonstone, you can get the second one, you get the first one from impressing 100 nobles in Alexandria. You can get the second one from Kondapitai, where you get all the stones in the mountain path and you put them in that thing. And you get the third one from Jabberwock, and you get another one from somewhere else, I forget where. So, cool. And, yeah. Very nice. And for doing that, you get a Lapis Lazuli. Very good. And, oh, wow. Freya and Steiner can learn auto haste later on, I suppose. Well, we can do a couple of, I'll do a couple of encounters to learn that for those two. Anyways, let me head back to the airship. And actually, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and head to this island, get this Chocograph off screen. I'll do this off screen. I'm not gonna do this on screen. Anyways, yeah, so, okay. So next video, I will go ahead and do a little bit of grinding to learn auto haste for Steiner and Freya. And I'll also get the rest of the Chocographs in Air Garden. And then I'll get the Chocographs, the rest of them. And then we'll head over to Ibsen's castle. I'll do all that next time, next video. Take care, everybody. Peace.